Hey everyone, welcome back to BrowncoatNerd. Today we're going to be looking at the Polish FB Radom MSBS GROT mag. This is the magazine that they are using in their current GROT rifle that they replaced the barrel with. I was looking around on Arms of America and they had this listed. They did state it was a Stanag pattern mag and that it would work in most AR-15 platform rifles, so I figured I'd have to give it a shot. I know the Magpul translucent T-mags are all the rage right now. I've always liked translucent mags. They look cool. Unfortunately, a lot of them are kind of cheap junk. I've got several different colored Lancers, and I know people love or hate Lancers. I've had good experience with them. I got the one Magpul T-mag recently, as well as this guy. Like I said, I picked it up from Arms of America. Looking around, I did also notice that Atlantic Firearms does offer this magazine as well. Arms of America had it listed on sale for $23. Their normal price is $30. I have no clue how often they run that sale, but I was getting a few other things from them, and I decided I needed to go ahead and get one of these and try it out. Now, like I said, it's the same magazine that the Polish military uses in their GROT rifles. It's made of the same polycarbonate, kind of green-tinted plastic that the Polish barrel mags were made out of. And once again, they use that for the military. So I would have faith that it's going to be at least decently durable. So, first of all, I didn't shoot a whole bunch through it. I wasn't really planning on doing a durability test. I just wanted to make sure it functioned. So I didn't take a whole bunch of ammo out with me to the range this morning. I was also testing out a Smith & Wesson M&P-C, which you may or may not have already seen a video review on that. I was mostly wanting to test that out and shoot my Glock 43, my carry gun, a little bit more. So I didn't take a ton of ammo with me. I only ended up shooting 150 rounds through the GROT mag. I was going to shoot a few more mags of the Magpul T-mag. I only ended up shooting 2 magfuls of this guy. And if you're looking at that going, there's no way you actually even shot that mag. Yes, I did, and the gun that we're using is the Wolf A1 T91 upper. It is a gas piston upper, so it stays very clean. Does not get too dirty at all. So I shot a little over 150 rounds because, like I said, I also shot the Magpul mag as well. Let's go ahead. Oh, and the lower, because I'm sure somebody going to want to know what the lower is as well, since we did run into a few issues with this. I will say that the lower I bought, can you tell I'm putting off showing what brand it is because I'm embarrassed? The lower I purchased as a complete rifle with a different upper. I shot that years ago quite a bit, had 0 issues, and then I put on the Wolf A1 upper, and I've had 0 issues with the Wolf A1 upper as well. But the lower we're using, please don't unsubscribe, is a Bear Creek Arsenal lower. I bought this many years ago before there was any reviews out on these. I've really had no issues even with the upper, so anyways, let me take this off camera so I can remove the mag. These mags do drop free. So this is what we're looking at here. We have a nice over travel stop on the back. However, there's really no other texturing on the back. I'm going to go ahead and compare this to the Magpul T-mag. It's got an overstop travel, not as defined as the FB mag, but it's got some good texturing on the back. The side of the mag here, we got some texturing. I mean, it's not super aggressive, but there is some texturing on there, whereas the Magpul T-mag, there's like no texturing. That's the one thing I kind of don't like about this mag. We do have a 20 and 30 round mark, so when you have your round in there, it'll kind of land right above where the mark is, so your round will be right here when you're at 20, and right about here when you're at 30. Whereas the Magpul mag, you have this kind of painted spring, and you got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 markers. And I will say these first couple, if I remember correctly, weren't accurate at all. And of course the spring is also at a tilt, so you're like, am I looking at the back of the spring or the front of the spring? I don't think the spring actually got accurate until it kind of got flat. I think it was right around the 25 and 30 mark. But I mean, I guess it still gives you a rough idea. However, this one seemed more accurate, and you don't need, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. 20 and 30 I think is good enough mark, and then, you know, in between there you can guesstimate just fine. So I kind of feel like even though this has less round count markers, it is more accurate than the Magpul mag. The front of the mag, again, we have the same kind of texturing that we have on the Magpul T-Mag there. So, yeah, decent texturing on this one, just minus the back there. And then we've got some pretty beefy, I don't know what you would call those. I know the Magpul mag's got them too, not nearly as defined as what we have on the FB mag, but mag shims, well defined. And of course this is on all polymer mag, no steel other than the spring, just like the Magpul T-Mag. It is an anti-tilt follower. I do kind of wish this was like a bright color. I just kind of prefer those. I find it a little bit nicer when you have the chamber open. You can very clearly see, you know, a bright orange follower, so you know for sure that it is not loaded, but it doesn't have that, so whatever. We do have the FB logo on the bottom there with a little button you can push to take apart. So first thing I ran into, like I said, I haven't had this mag that long. Got it just a few nights ago. When I loaded this up, everything was going fine until I got around maybe around 25 or so. And then as I started to load those, like, I felt like the mag was kind of swelling out when I pushed in the rounds. And that really concerned me. Did not have any issues like that with the Magpul T-Mag. But once you got the round in there, I mean, there was no swelling at all. And you can see those squeezing in just a little bit. And if I remember correctly, I think it kind of did that when I very first got it. This did sit around for about 3 nights fully loaded. I just kind of wanted to see if, you know, these would spread apart, if there'd be any issue. Like I said, this is actually used by the Polish military, so you would assume that they are of decent quality. I have no clue how disposable the Polish military considers these mags, so that's one thing to kind of consider. Another thing, when I first got it, inserting it into the gun, I was noticing it was kind of catching up on something before it actually got to the mag latch, or mag catch, and I think what it was this little mold mark here, and just working it in and out of the rifle, it did wear down. I'll probably will take a file to that and just file it down just a little bit and make sure it's not an issue in the future. But once it's moving in and out of the mag well freely, this mag will drop free. It's getting to the point where I'd pop it in there, and it wasn't all the way up in there, but I'd kind of shake the gun and it would stay in the mag well. It would not drop free. But I think that was just sticking out a little bit and just needed to be worn down some. So I finally got it worn down. Took it out to the range. Like I said, I've had 0 issues with this upper or lower. I haven't shot a ton of rounds to this gun, but I would imagine the round count is over 1,000 in this. With 0 issues. The first mag, I loaded the magazine up with the bolt carrier locked back, went to drop the bolt, and I had a failure to feed on the first round. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. This is new. Removed the mag, took the bolt. It didn't mess up the bolt. It didn't dent or bend the case in any way, shape, or form. Loaded the round back into the mag. So I reinserted the mag with 30 rounds again with the bolt carrier locked back. Dropped the bolt, and it went all the way home. Shot the mag, no issues. Loaded up the mag again. Exact same problem with the second mag. It had a failure to feed on that first round. Removed the mag, reloaded that round, loaded the mag with 30 rounds in it, dropped the bolt. Bolt went all the way home. Shot all the rounds, no issues. Then I did shoot another 3 magfuls with this magazine, no issues. So I don't know if that's just a case of the mag needing to be broke in. I'm not really sure. Like, all of my mags I've shot at some point or another new in this gun, other than my used GI mags, and I've never had that issue. So maybe it's just an extra stiff spring. Maybe there is some kind of a tolerance issue, because I know that these are advertised as being Stenag mags. However, they were designed for a non-AR gun, so maybe there's something weird there. So if you're wanting to get one of these mags and use it in some kind of a self-defensive role, I would definitely test and shoot a bunch of rounds out of this mag before you put it into that role. I mean, I've got cheap, crappy Korean mags, and they ran in this gun just fine. So that caught me a little off guard. I'm really hoping it's just a case of the spring being too stiff, of it just kind of needing to be broken in, whatever. I will say with the Magpul T-Mag, this is my first time taking it out as well. I only ended up shooting 2 Magfuls out of this, because I had those hangups. I wanted to make sure that I didn't have any more issues with that guy. This one ran fine, had 0 issues. I will say that when I had this all the way loaded with 30 rounds and the bolt is closed, this mag, I mean, I've got to slam it in there really hard to get it to catch. So once again, I don't know if that's an issue of this being a new mag and needing to be broken in some. I've had this for a little while longer. I have had this sitting around fully loaded, hoping to kind of break in that spring. Also to see what happened back here. I should have wrote down the YouTuber's channel name, but I did come across one pretty long and rather extensive durability test of these mags. He tests out several different mags, Lancer mags, like Gen 1 and 2, First Amendment mags, all kinds of mags. But this was thrown into the mix, and it did pretty well. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure they ended up getting it to break. I mean, they ended up dropping like a 30 or 50 pound weight on these mags, and surprisingly, they didn't take that too well. But a lot of these mags, or a lot of the T-Mag held up pretty well during that durability test. There's really no videos on YouTube of this guy. I've come across a few shorts, which, it's just a short video like someone showing it, like Instagram, but video version. I would love, I'm too much of a cheap ass to do it, but I would love for someone to buy one of these and do a durability test on one of these FB Radom mags. I'm really, really curious how these hold up, because I like the look. They look pretty cool. I know empty side by side that the T-Mag probably looks cooler. These look way cooler when you actually have it loaded up with ammo. I mean, these look freaking hot loaded up with ammo. And honestly, I will say I think I kind of like the looks of the Magpul T-Mag a little bit over the FB Radom mag, but these I think are still hot and sexy mags. Plus, like I said, I like to have mags that stand out quite a bit from one another. That way, if I do have an issue, like I did today, it's very easy for me to remember which mag was causing the issues and either take it out of rotation, fiddle with it, make sure it works before I do put it back in rotation. But I just thought these were kind of cool looking mags. And like I said, I was surprised that there's really not any videos on YouTube going over this guy, so I figured I'd at least bring you what limited experience I had with this mag. I am definitely going to be using it more. Make sure I don't run into any more issues. Unfortunately, I wasn't planning on running into issues. I was hoping I was just going to do a video and be like, I only shot a few full mags out of it, but no issues to report on. Unfortunately, I did run into issues, and even if I did bring more ammo, it's my first time shooting this with the Biotech handguard on there. That puppy got hot. I'm going to have to get some like Black Slate Industry covers on there or something to alleviate that issue. But yeah, that is it. Just wanted to bring you this quick little snippet video on the Polish FB Radom MSBS GROT mag. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing. Don't forget to check out my Rumble page as well as my Instagram. And of course, as always, stay safe and stay shiny.